This is Ready Set Reiki, a podcast about Reiki, the universal energy life force, from the curious beginner to the seasoned master teacher, welcoming all systems, all lineages, and all levels. Reiki is a journey and not a destination. And on this Ready Set Reiki journey, I refer to myself as a guide rather than a host. So I'm Tracy Seawright, and this is Ready Set Reiki. Hello, everyone. Reiki blessings. Welcome, my beautiful Reiki family. So another wonderful journey we have today. Now, recently, the Reiki News Fall Edition has come out. And if you are interested in learning more about Reiki and seeing the changes that are happening in our history, check out that latest issue of Reiki News. There you will find the new updated discovery on Azui. We found Justin B. Sign uncovered his resume here that details what he was doing from 23 up until the time he got trained. Well, not trained, well, connected with the Reiki energy. So a very amazing and wonderful find in the field of Reiki here. So let's begin our journey today. I have an amazing, wonderful guest here, and it is Mayumi Pachkoski. Let me say that again. Mayumi Pachkoski. And she is with over 2 decades in the U.S. industry, specializing in holistic and anti-aging skin and transformation energy healing. Now, she built her business in Maryland and a Maryland-based salon into a thriving 6-figure business as an immigrant with no immediate family or friends. Wow, that is amazing. Her work has been featured in over 22 media outlets, including AP News, Yahoo Finance, Morningstar, ABC, NBC, and Fox News affiliate. And she is a former anesthetist instructor, and she blends Asian and Western skincare techniques with energy healing. And she empowers energy healings to not only build credible businesses, but to stay in practices and achieve long-term business goals. So welcome, my beautiful friend, to Ready, Set, Reiki.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So let's begin our journey together. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I am originally from Japan, and I came to Maryland in 1999. Beforehand, my husband and I used to work for the airline industry and based in Hawaii, and we decided to move here for the career change. And then I went into the beauty industry. First, I was cosmetologist and then became an aesthetician. That really changed the world. I met the person. She's already retired, but she is Carol Walderman. She's called a legend in the U.S. aesthetic industry. She is the one that almost created this industry as a school of the first school of the United States. Actually, there is another school says they are the first, but Mrs. Walderman didn't argue, but I know she is actually the one because state of Maryland asked her to create the first aesthetic school in Maryland because Maryland wanted to become the first state. Anyway, so she guided me through this aesthetics, and in the curriculum already energy healing was kind of massage component. I didn't realize around that time she already certified with the Reiki, but in the massage technique, she incorporated the technique. It's called the polarity therapy and so forth. So we didn't know what it was, but the massage itself was very, incorporated with the energy healing. So after I became an esthetician, start to create my own special skincare private salon, people start saying that you are healing people. And at first it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just doing the facial. No, you're healing people. Mayumi, it's more. People start saying, name the Reiki, facial, and then sell it. I said, I don't know what even the Reiki is. What is it? So that's how I get into the energy healing, world. And then make the long story short, and then became successful. And as an immigrant, I made that, that the first threshold of the, little success of that 6-figure level of the revenue. So now I decided I can empower fellow wellness workers who are utilizing the energy healing, can create a thriving business. That's my,
Beautiful.
story.
So on our journey here, you were connected with the energy. Did you find Reiki, or do you think Reiki found you?
I think that I don't know. It's difficult to say. Reiki probably found me because people keep saying Reiki, Reiki, and I was born raised in Japan. This is the very interesting that people don't know. Many Japanese, we don't know that Reiki was, because there is a history behind. I can answer later. So in the beginning, I was very skeptical. People said, "Oh, Reiki, you should do the Reiki." What's Reiki? It's like, oh, Japanese healing modality. Oh no, I'm native. I grew up in Japan. I graduated from college there. I never even one time heard the word of Reiki. I thought like, oh, this is wrong. And then somebody is scamming people, misleading people. So first class actually I took was, okay, people keep telling me, take the Reiki course or anything. Okay, I'm gonna figure out who the hell they are teaching, what the hell. I'm like, no, this is totally false, very scripted. I thought the people are scamming by utilizing calling about the Reiki, because I never grew up listening even the one word, one time of Reiki. So that's how I went to the workshop. So probably Reiki wanted to find me. No, it's legitimate. So why don't you come to the workshop? Right. That's how I was guided.
Well, that would be interesting. This could possibly be kind of an answer to the next question of misconceptions that people have about Reiki. I think that because you hear Japanese technique, that everybody would know.
Yes. So this is the long time ago. See, nowadays there is an AI. You can research just in a click and then it's going to show up many things. But around the time when I opened the salon was 2008, even there wasn't one method of researching it. But I started to research after I attended the first workshop. The first workshop, the first Reiki, level 1, when I attended, it's like, oh, okay, by the reading and then teaching, sounds like legitimate. And Chinese kanji character, it's correct. They are using the older style of kanji that's still kind of using Chinese style, but reading into Japanese phonetic style. I learned that for all that from the classics and of Japanese and everything. So it's like a legit 1928 area. Oh, it sounds right. So I started researching it. As you know, we had the World War II and Japan lost the war. And we had the 2 nuclear bombs dropped and the country was devastated. And we decided to rebuild. Under the circumstances, we are very grateful that we were permitted to rebuild our own country. So people really start to focus on rebuilding. In the meantime, as an interim government, it's called GHQ. So General MacArthur and other people, U.S. government people came over. And then start to giving lots of advice and initiative and regulation. And in the process, one thing was prohibiting any hands-on healing. That wasn't not Western medicine, and this is kind of a witchcraft woo type of thing. We don't agree with this. This is not the healthy practice, so you cannot do it. So it's banned. In the meantime, everybody went down underground. around that time, people knew word of the mouth. If you want to get the treatment, you have to go here. Da, 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 da. So that's the way that not only the Reiki practitioner, but the other energy healers, that it's very common in Asia. It's in our culture, in the Eastern medicine. Energy healing is an Eastern medicine component. So it never died down, but it went underground. So in the meantime, Japanese people are not paying attention. It's banned, so people don't know this area is, existing. So like me, like a newcomer, younger generation never heard of Reiki. And this time of during the war, I will go back, I'm sorry. So after it banned, it went underground. And one of the, usui usui style is very popular, very dominant, because one of the Japanese American came from Hawaii to get the treatment and then got better. And Dr. Hayashi is the one more made it into Reiki, into more systematic component, right? The how to do it with the protocol. And then got better. And then went back to US. And then where Reiki really started to flourish. So later, probably, I think maybe last 20 years, finally, Japanese people, countries good, very successful. And now we start hearing Reiki. What's Reiki? Japanese energy healing. No, I don't know what you're talking about. So many people started taking classes actually from the foreigner, more like imported again. And then at the same time, the Reiki people on the ground started going to the surface. We have these, groups, and we do this event. So now people learn the Reiki, Japanese too, but we just forgotten, for a long period of time.
Very good. Since you have been in the health skincare business since 2008, having a salon, what are misconceptions are you finding with clients that come in and they kind of find out you do energy work?
Okay. Misconception. Yeah. I don't know I can say misconception or not. Many newer clients that they want to experience the energy healing, but they don't know what to address that as an issue or what is it. They are kind of scared. And around that time, they check maybe when I receive the facial with the energy healing, because always incorporated. And at the end, they always ask me, how was my energy? Is it bad? Or what did you see? They have coming from the fear. I said, nothing bad. If there was any blockage of the flow blocking, then I just released. When you have the life force energy, any energy healing, what basically is, it's doing is that if there is any blockage, we will release the blockage and then flow of the energy nice. And what happens is when we have a nice, vibrant flow of the energy in our body and outside of the field, our life is getting better, relationship getting better, and monetary fashion is getting better. Everything gonna get better. So there is nothing bad. It's just a stagnation, and it's just gotten better, so it's flowing better. And then they're like, oh, okay. Oh, that sounds good. I'm like, yes, I'm not judging anything, but I think almost like they want to ask me like a fortune teller, as if like, can you tell me what's bad is going on in my life. It's not about that. It's just the flow, but it's making better. That's all it is.
That's a good point for the misconceptions, because they think that you have these abilities, or you have the clairs, that you can see things and know things, and not all practitioners can do that. Some don't have that at all, or don't even want to work on that, and that's perfectly fine. So you see that their energy shifts to a more nervous, and what do you see? Is it something bad? And I've caught myself doing that, especially when I'm around others that are intuitive, and I'm like, oh, I hope they don't put your shields up. You don't want them reading you.
Right.
So you help empower healers, you help them build credible and sustainable practices and businesses. You help your clients to remove those blocks and those blockages. But what has been the biggest challenge or blockage for you that you faced in your healing journey?
Oh, okay. I don't know that the body, that my health wise, how I get into the energy healing wasn't because of my illness or anything like that. I was genuinely guided to. And when I experienced lots of different healing modalities, because I'm a holistic aesthetician, I wanted to send my clients to the different therapies. Because my philosophy was that, balancing of body, mind, spirit. So I was experiencing that. So I think unknowingly many healing was done with the other, therapists. I thought I'm just experiencing it to refer, their therapies to my clients, but I got lots of clearing by my colleagues. But challenges in the business was, especially when I established, it was a new concept. Didn't seem like probably somebody might be doing, but I couldn't find anybody to emulate. So my biggest challenge was I couldn't find the best formula for me to go into A to B. So I had lots of trial and error, and I did everything. I got the business coaching and then everything done. But sometimes business coaching, people, many of them are not familiar with this industry and the energy healers psyche. So their advice may not be aligned how I think to conduct my business. So that was the biggest challenge, but I had to trust my gut and then start doing that and then take the ownership. Okay, I just have to make it better, not the failure. Japanese word, it's called a kaizen. Every day you make it better. Faster, many of the CEOs, make it better. All the business people, like a CEO, kaizen, they are saying now, but just a little bit of make it, better every day. What can I do better?
And it's just that you just got to keep moving. Keep moving. 1 more % better than you were yesterday. So small, achievable progress.
Yes, that's correct. And then I found something really workable, and then I share the information, and other wellness practitioners also thrive. So I have, those tools. I'm not revealing what it is, but I have. So yes, I can, coach, to them in a different way than all the stereotype people, talk
and I
about
mean, when you started, you didn't have anybody to kind of look to or kind of walk the road before you, but now we have TikTok, and people are on there doing the Reiki facials and the Reiki ASMR, and they're doing all kinds of things now. So there's a lot more out there when you began your journey. So what advice would you give someone who is just starting spiritual work? They're, feel that they have the call, they're ready, they want to take that step. What advice would you share?
Yes. many of the probably people are doubting, oh, this can become a business and support themselves. And actually, it can become a really great full-time career. But if they are starting out, my first, probably most advice is you can do on the side first and save money. Save money to start the business, because many times people may just quit the job. Some of the people, it may work because they may have in the family partner or something else can pay for the different necessity of the bills. But in the real time, it may not be practical for that person. But save money and then start to really get the business coaching from the beginning. Really, don't try to just skim out all the free tools and you think you know. I know that people go through several years and then they didn't make anything of it because they never seriously invested to the business. Business is a totally different learning that we need to do than skill set of the energy healing or spiritual work. It's totally different thing. If this gonna be a business, you're gonna exchange your value with the monetary fashion. Business element, studying a business element is a very foundation of the success.
You'll find, especially when I talk to those who are ready to begin their journey, they're so excited. And the ultimate goal is to, I want to do this full time, right? And it may not be accessible. And there was a season in my life, I was raising my children. It wasn't going to happen. I needed to work. And then there was a shift. But I could say in the beginning that I could not have done this without my husband's support. And I spent an entire year saving because I was going online. I was coming to people's homes. I was renting rooms, and I saved a whole year before I even rented my own brick and mortar space. And I got creative. Like it was the area we moved to, the commercial property is pretty high for what, say, yoga and Reiki can kind of bring in. And I'm in an area where, I mean, it's not LA where fitness and yoga is big, and it's not something that's huge. Maybe Zumba, dancing, things like that are here. And so I turned my Jeep into a business where it was Beep Beep, the yoga Jeep, where I came to people to get around that. And so I think people just don't see that, like the kaizen, you take these small steps, you start saving, and you'll find even like, you think of like people that had bands or something, the story is like, well, I worked until like we got our first number one hit, or I had to have this happen. And so holding on and then kind of slowly backing up. Okay, now I'll work part-time and taking those steps. I mean, unless you have a situation where you inherited money or you saved or this, where you can kind of jump in. One of my experiences was with a woman who inherited a large sum of money, and she just wanted to open a yoga studio, and she wasn't trained in it. She felt yoga helped her, but she didn't have any of the certifications or qualifications. So she relied on me and two other yoga teachers to come in, but she was focusing on the wrong aspect. She was focusing on the aesthetic. Like, we have to put the most expensive flooring in. We have to have the most expensive signage. She spent $10,000 just on a wall. And then when you get into it, and by the time it opens, yoga ran into different seasons where, okay, well, this is a slow season. You may have one student in your class, right? Same thing with the energy work. You'll have maybe a season where you'll have several clients, or that one consistent client that comes once a week. And she went through that money in 6 months and had to close her business. So it's important to do these steps. Don't skip them, because we get so hyper focused on, I want to be of service. I want to go out there and heal. I want to do this with the world, but do these steps, go online, do things from afar, get creative, meet in a park. You can sit on a park bench and give somebody Reiki instead of like, I have to get a $3,000 space, with all the bells and whistles.
Yes. Yes, so being practical is really, really the great advice, but people don't know that. Like yourself, Tracy, you went through and you can really talk about it, and you're a very smart person. You know that those aspects, and I have to wait, but I can do this way, and
Sure.
then can keep moving forward as entrepreneur. But majority of the people has this idea, and then we do energy healing and manifestation. So kind of notion that, if I pray or do the energy work, it's going to just show up. But again, at the 3D real world, you have to do different action, and we really have to study some of the component. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It may happen like your, colleague who opened the yoga studio, but the focus where they really put their investment in could be totally, it's like a shiny object. It's not really giving you a return of the investment. So yes, by getting a business coach, really you can create that plan, what is, perfect for you at this time.
Yeah,
And
you
then
have to surround yourself with good people,
Program.
whether it's lawyers or, people, CPAs, things like that, instead of, jumping in. Everybody's just so hyper focused on this. But, you have to think of things like, oh, man, I need to trademark the name of my business. Should I make it an LLC? Payments. What happens when, your employee calls off? So there's these things that you have to navigate through beyond just being this kind of, well, I just want to be a healer. I just want to be here. And then find somebody to help manage you. Right. And systems and things like that. But all these extra expenses from those booking systems and getting Zoom and, website and things like that, even maintaining websites, that's kind of a whole other thing in itself as well, that people need to kind of step back and but it shouldn't prevent you from doing what you love to do and feel called to do, but just know that there are some things you have to go through. So when it is time for you to maybe get an energetic tune-up, or maybe how you chose your teachers for your training, what are some qualities that you look for, whether it's an energy healer or a teacher?
Okay. For the teacher, when I decide to learn the new tools, now I do the energy assessment. Some of the people you may do with using a pendulum or, muscle testing. I already know what I want to learn, and I know that that's already we connected with our, higher self and so forth, then it's clear. That's no doubt about that. But the teacher, who is the best teacher for me, then I will assess. For the energetic tune-up, I learned Reiki, but I use heavily used as a base. It's called a quantum touch. It's another energy healing technique, but really elevates the vibrational frequency really high into the quantum field very quickly. And even the novice people can learn that and sustain for long. So when I get the tune-up, the first I will look for among the quantum touch practitioner and colleague, and I know that they can sustain the high vibrational field for sure by becoming a practitioner and above. So I will ask to my colleague to, can you give me an energy boost or something like that? And then they work on me.
Beautiful. So what books do you recommend?
Oh, the books. Yes. It's the Dr. Michael Newton, Journey of Souls. I think this is going to be very interesting. You can see the perspective of, souls learning, why we are so different. Each one of us have the different, learning. So life is totally different. We don't have to be the same. And you start to understand why me going through this life at this time, and then her or him. And we don't have to worry about that too much. If we just encounter for the help, then help. But focus on what your life is. It gives them lot more clarity for me.
Beautiful. What services do you offer? Do you offer classes, trainings, one-on-ones?
Okay, I do that. Yeah, energy healing and energy quantum touch. I teach, but mainly right now I'm helping is the 12-week business coaching program. Is called the Mayumi method. The why is that lots of great healers already exist, like Tracy, great instructor, and then teaching a lot of, I know the colleagues who want to work and then help others to heal and then, become a best version of themselves. Lots of people are doing that all over the world. So how can I contribute in the best way? My ability is, I have created a 6-figure level of business as an immigrant. And not everybody has done that. So this business aspect, I can teach and empower the energy healers in a different way. Then everybody, gets higher vibration because their business gets better because their sales revenue, more abundance will flow in life and much less stress, and world will get better. So the 12 weeks, the Mayumi method is the one that I'm focusing on now for teaching.
Beautiful. So where can we find you if we want to connect? Do you have a website, or are you online, in person?
Yes. Yes. So business coaching website, HTTPS, it's called askmayumi.com, AskMayumi.com, askmayumi.com. That's the website. You can find more information. There is the booking, 30 minutes clarity call, and PDF downloads. So that's how yes, you can find my information.
Wonderful. Well, that ends the first part of our journey. I'm going to guide you into the second part, where are questions from listeners and Reiki students. So here's number one. Yes. Now, we know that Reiki can be used on everything and all, right? With permission. But many people don't realize it can be used within self-care or skincare. So number one, how can energy work help with skincare?
Okay, how you can work with the energy with the skincare. So if you are using a skincare product, you can put the energy into the product. Just put the infuse the outcome you want. Maybe clear skin, you're imagining it, and send the energy to it. That's good. And other thing is the skincare. Whenever you touch the face, right, washing or something like that, you are touching with the palm chakras. So that itself, whenever you are doing it, imagine it, your skin is rejuvenating. That would be another one. There are lots of different ways that you can apply, but if you're doing as a self-care, maybe you can do that and then make the difference.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, for our second question, now you have stated that you have created a 6-figure sales level of business. You said you had one client who tripled her revenue after 1 month of coaching. Many in the healing arts have a difficult time navigating through this because, they want to be of service, but yet they want to pay their mortgage and rent, right?
Yes. That's one of the biggest area.
So finding that balance. So how do you help healers help create a business using energy healing and scaling? How do you get them to that point where tripling their revenue?
Worked on the mindset with the relationship with the money. This is one component that I work with many clients go through this program. And this particular, client, her name is Whitney. She was already have been, herself doing the business on 5 years. It wasn't bad at all, but they came to the overwhelming point that she cannot just do by herself anymore. It's so overwhelming, creating a website, everything. I need the guidance. And then it's very interestingly, she prayed the day before, next day, because I knew her already. I just happened to contact her. Oh, I have this program. Do you know anyone? And then she said, Mayumi, it's me. And then she signed up. So she had the base of the business. And then in this 12 weeks course, I not only really teach the practical business element, but I will also clear, if it's necessary, with the energy work. Many of the people has the resistance of receiving money. So I worked with that area with the Whitney, and then just to show her value. This is your value, and it's okay. It's money is the exchange of the energy. Utilizing you can see as money. That's all. And her perception shifted. Also, self-worth. She finally accepted her worth that I see her, and then probably outside of the people are also seeing. And then she just didn't feel bad about it or feel guilty asking for it. So that's why I just finished like a third session. So with the 12 weeks course, he said, Mayumi, I tripled my revenue. I was like, oh, good for you. So this can really happen easily to the people if they have already somewhat, worked on as a business. It's gonna, explode. But if they are beginning, I will just teach. It's a service, but it's okay to have the exchange. Energy needs to be how do you say? I cannot pronounce this word. Reciprocal. No.
Reciprocated. Yeah. And it's so interesting because as you are healers, in the healing arts, you're so eager to give, but there has to be an equal trade with it.
Yes.
And I have not seen, especially with Reiki and energy work, people try to haggle. Like they're fine paying for the hairdresser, they're fine paying for the facial, they're fine paying for this, they're fine.
No.
They won't blink an eye. Oh, 100. Here you go. But with energy work, they're like, oh, why is this $88? Why is this? Well, these trainings are not cheap. You know what I mean? And some lineages, when you go through them, when you looked at Madame Takata, her master program in the 70s was $10,000. Like she sold her home to become a master teacher. And what's that equivalent today? And that's because that was how important it was to her. And so when you're getting something for free, you may not value it as much as like, oh my goodness, I just invested $1,000 on this. And so people aren't understanding, like you took the training, you're taking the time, you're working on yourself, you're running a business, you have to pay your light bill. And, we try to like almost make ourselves small and like, oh, okay, I'll lower my price. But the understanding is that perhaps that's just not the client for you. And it's okay. That client will come and see your worth. So stick to your price. You worked really hard. And I had someone that reached out and they were mentioning about another practitioner here in the area, and they're like, well, she's really expensive. And I actually knew her. She was actually on the podcast, and I said, she's well within the price of what the median price is for charging for a Reiki practitioner. In fact, I said, I would say she's pricing herself low because you're paying for this experience. You're paying for her education. She's putting the time in. But yeah, you'll find it where they're just haggling. And another piece with that, those in the healing arts manifesting, my thing was I manifested it, but it all seemed to come at the same time. So I needed to stop and redirect on how to maintain it because it was coming so fast. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I don't think I have the energy to take all these clients in and the abundance of opportunities. And I had to be okay with saying no and turning people down and taking it out. Well, I'm going to have to refer you. I just don't have time in my schedule, because they will call or they'll text or they'll email and say, can you see me tomorrow? I'm like, I can't. I don't have anything open for a couple of weeks. And they're like, really? I'm like, really? But I have a student I trained, and here's someone I recommend, and being okay with, like, I want to fill everything up. I don't need to fill everything up. I want to try to watch my energy. And it goes back to Madame Takata, like her pricing. When I first studied Reiki, I thought, wow, she's gatekeeping and making this for the elite. But really, as I'm kind of deep in the trenches of being in this business, is what a wonderful way to protect the energy, right? And her energy, and really getting that person who's really serious and committed to this, and, is all in. Like, you're not trying to bargain your way into it or negotiate or say, can you give me a 75% discount? Because some of the stories that people say, well, I'm doing this, well, we're all going through things. Look at the economy.
Right, right. That's correct. Yes.
You have to trust that the money will show. It will show.
Yes.
Every time, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a training, but I need to take it, and I don't have another $1,300. And somehow it works out. Somehow it happens, and that student will book, or that client will come, and there's a way of showing up. So number 3 here. Now, you are helping individuals who seriously want to build their business to the next level. And so we'll go back to that. You mentioned about that 12-week business coaching program. Now, you want them to make this bigger impact. Is this a program for people who are just starting their business, or say myself, I've been kind of full-time into this 5 years? Would this be something that would be beneficial for someone like me who's been in it for a while?
Actually, I can do both, but probably if you haven't been doing a business, you could see the result much quicker. In the beginning, if you are a beginner, you don't know, 0 to 1 is the really, really big energy and investment to occur. And you don't have much clarity of the business yet. So you may don't think that, wow, that the value you got from my coaching was this significant. You may don't know, but you are in a really, really right track. I have done the people who even didn't have the website and then doing on the side for long. But if you are seasoned one, and at least you have done 3-4 years to the 5, you know the kind of role, how the business going through. I just have to tweak just a little bit, and then start taking off. Of course, there is no guarantee, but what my average clients, anyone that going through these 12 weeks, many of them beyond, but I'm Japanese, so I'm very practical. I don't exaggerate. Majority of the people, at least they double within their revenue in 12 months. That's significant. If you're earning, 5,000 now, it can become 10,000. Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be a 6th level, right? 6-figure level then. And that's not only one time. Once you do it, you already know the steps and parts that I taught. You just keep on doing with the consistency, and it's gonna build up. So I had the client in the past during this 12 weeks already went to the 6-figure because they had a good base to begin with. They were established already. I have to say that. It's not me from creating a 0, but I had the person, oh, so cute. This is a Japanese client, very shy, and everything takes time, but she built. And first, she took the course, and then now, 4 years later, her sales revenue is 10 times more.
Beautiful.
Everything.
And we're able to
it's
find
like
information about that on your website, correct?
Yes. So yeah, it's gonna be great. So probably if you are done the business and then want to grow, probably I can work where you are, and then which one is to grow is the fastest, and then to focus on, because we tend to focus on the different parts. But every time you commit in one area and then grow, then all of a sudden other area will start to raise up to that area too. So that's much faster than doing equally in all the elements.
Right, right. And as Reiki business owners, make sure you're giving your business Reiki too, right? Many people
Right,
just
yes.
focus on them, and you can give it to
Mhm.
your business card, goals, whatever your finances with all of
Yes,
that.
yes.
So people forget to do that as well.
Mhm.
Mayumi, this was our last question. As we've been talking, is there anything that you have forgotten or something you want to share? The floor is yours.
Yes. So I have two, offers that people can just check me. So first is, most of the time of the beginner people, I have free resources on my website, askmayumi.com. Free resources. It's a PDF, healers credibility, confidence boost PDF. So probably downloading that PDF for the beginning of the journey people would be probably helpful. It's very like, only this is it? 5 steps, this is it? Yes. But if you even doing consistently every single day, is questionable. That's why people don't accomplish. It's not the brain surgery. It's a very simple 5 things that, as a reminder, I'm writing about with the PDF. That's the one thing that free download they can do. Another thing is that askmayumi.com, there is the 30 minutes. It's called a transformational session. Okay, this is the booking call with the via Zoom. I answer the question that they have in the business. And then, how they can move through their business for better. That's 30 minutes is, I think it's very generous. I can't many things in the 30 minutes. Yes. That you can really feel me. And then also I can assess and get the information where you are, how I can help. So that booking session will be great.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you for those resources. It's so wonderful when individuals begin the journey that they have a map. And, as you did and I did, we didn't have those resources in the beginning when it started. Like, we felt we were on a little energy healing island. And now, getting this available in a PDF or a 30-minute discovery call really helps. And then that way you can get a sense of who you are, your energy, to see if it's a good fit. So thank you for offering that out there and being of service. Well, that completes our journey today. So thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to join me on this Ready, Set, Reiki journey.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, my beautiful listeners, if you would like your question featured on Ready, Set, Reiki, reach out, www.readysetreiki.com. Find me on social media. Check out our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm Tracy Seawright, and this has been Ready, Set, Reiki.